3 years ago, my portfolio was down 52%. That was a great lesson. After that, I went back to value investing. My framework was simple: buy great companies at great prices, hold forever, let time do the work. I understood all of this intellectually, but real life taught me something else. Holding forever is not simple. So I need to update my rules. This is not advice, this is a guide for my future self. Rule 1: survival comes first. I start with one question: what could permanently take me out of the game? Warren Buffett says, rule number 1, don't lose money. Rule number 2, don't forget rule number 1. I understood this only after my portfolio dropped 52%. Nothing I owned was insane on its own. The failure was structural. Too many positions, too much growth, too much valuation risk, conviction built on stories, not durability, and no clear survival rules. So I subtract the structure that failed. Today, I protect survival in 2 ways. First, business survival. I focus on top 20, sometimes top 50 companies. Mature, dominant, cash generating, low probability of permanent failure. If I invest in growth stocks, I treat them as non-core. I kept them as 12% total. Curiosity stays, survival stays. Second, turnover control. I aim for 40 to 50% turnover. That means more than half of the portfolio stays untouched. Fewer decisions, fewer chances to stack mistakes. This protects me from behavioral death. Rule 2, buy and hold with position size discipline. Investing is owning a business and sharing its future cash flows. But in real life, the future is uncertain. Prices move, emotions rise. My intention is always to hold forever, but when prices changes creates emotional pressure, I don't fight myself with willpower. I manage position size. I trim positions to 10%, 5%, sometimes even 1%. That's what I did with Nvidia. This does not break buy and hold. It allows me to hold without losing myself. My orientation stays the same: long term. Ignore noise. Let time work. But I refuse to let one stock drain my energy. Rule 3, only allocate when the gap is huge. I used to think value investing is never sell, hold forever, but it's not true. Because investing is about capital allocation, it's based on opportunity cost. If you have better opportunities, then you could switch. But that doesn't mean you need to constantly change your positions. So I raise the bar for switching. I don't switch because something looks slightly better. I switch only when it is clearly superior. I ask one question: is this alternative clearly better after adjusting for quality, risk, durability, and time? Most of the time, the answer is no, so I do nothing. Rule 4, the allocator matters more than the portfolio. There is a hidden cost in investing: attention. For sensitive people like me, too much thinking becomes emotional noise. Some businesses are great, but still demand too much attention. Nvidia is a good example. Amazing company, hard to forecast, too mentally consuming. So I reduce it, not because the business is bad, but because protecting my life matters more than any stock. I worked harder to build peace. I don't let investing destroy it. Rule 5, lower the expectation. Valuation guru Aswad Samendran says, if you can beat the Standard & Poor's by 2% long term, that's already amazing. I did well in last 3 years, but I know part of it was luck. 3 years proves nothing. Maybe I need 10 more years to separate skills from luck. So I stopped setting targets. No rush, no proving, no pressure. If I follow these rules, I can survive, not by predicting the future, not by being smarter, but by removing the main ways I could destroy myself. My system rests on 4 pillars: strong business, low turnover, position size control, low expectation. Underlying all of this is one idea: less is more. Fewer positions, less activity, less ego, less mistakes. This system is not about winning fast. It's about staying alive long enough to let compounding and time work.